Okay, so today I want to talk to you about Islamic debate victories. Now, I've been making a lot of claims. I've been saying, look, we won the debate. And this is something, which a lot of people may object to. You'll find people kind of like on both sides. If you look, like say on the atheist side, there's an atheist Muslim debate, they'll be claiming victory and things like that. So what I want to talk to you about is there an objective standard which both the opposing side as well as our side can agree on? And there absolutely is, and that's what I want to talk to you about. So the definition of Islamic debate victory, first of all, what it's not is me just getting all my buddies and saying, yeah, we won, we won. No, that's kind of like the way people used to do it in the past. But the definition here is what the opposing side agrees. There are things about which happen in that debate which the opposing side is going to have to agree on because they can't deny the videotape evidence. So, and what I tell them, listen, if you don't agree, then guess what? There's no debate victory. So it's very important to understand going forward, when we talk about Islamic debate victory, it is predicated upon the fact that the opposite side has to also agree with us too. So let's take a look at some of that agreement. In fact, I want to just talk about my recent debate with Apostate Prophet, because this is a very, very good example. And so, I was making the claim that, what we were having a series of debates on Quran and science. And what we are seeing is that alhamdulillah, Islam is leaving behind a trail of destruction of its critics, from Apostate Prophet to all the other critics that we're debating with. So what you're going to see is one by one, these so-called Islam critics, whether it's Christian Prince, Rob Christian, and all these hecklers, online hecklers, they're dropping out of the competition. So, and we are witnessing the emergence of Quran and science kind of reaching this unchallengeable status. So let me share my desktop. I want to share this debate with you here. And I want to show you some of this agreement here, which I'm referring to. See, one second, here we go. Let's take a look. Uh-oh, what's this? Look at this. All full of full of insults against me. Where is this agreement you might be referring to? Don't worry, there's no contradiction here. I'll explain everything. If you look at the comment section of this recent debate I had with Apostate Prophet over here, you will see that it's filled with insults, filled with criticisms of me and things like that. So this sounds like it's a complete contradiction of what I'm saying. Not really. I want to share a story with you before I explain this right here. So in my last debate with Apostate Prophet, this is like a year ago, I remember in the comment section, people were saying, way to go, good job, Apostate Prophet. And they're saying, you won the debate. So I got very curious. I was like, so I started commenting on the board. I said, listen, or on the video thing there. I said, listen, why are you telling me he won? Or what are you basing this off of? It was a very fascinating, interesting discussion. He said, Nadir, Apostate Prophet brought forth authorized, certified versions of the Quran, which showed you were wrong. I said, listen, I responded to that. That was a bunch of baloney. There is no such thing as this authorized, certified version. And I said, he never demonstrated any proof of that. And that was my error. Let me explain. You see, from the discussion which we had, and this is explaining the comment section of why where there's no contradiction between what we're saying. Listen, the way they view the debate is they say, listen, Islam is guilty until proven innocent. You need to understand the people who view these, like Apostate Prophet's YouTube page, these are hardcore anti-Islamic people. So when they view the debate, the Quran is guilty until proven innocent. Apostate Prophet and these people who I'm debating is, they do not have any burden of proof to be put upon them. When they say something, it is absolutely true, and you got to fight your way out of that. You got to, so you start from guilty until proven innocent. You're just a fool. You're defending this wrong book. We start from this premise. This is how they view the debate. And you got to prove you are right. So going back to my analogy, when I said that, I said, wait a second, Apostate Prophet never produced any evidence of this certified, authorized version of the Quran. I immediately went like this, oh my God, you're right. I made a mistake in that debate. I walked in there thinking this guy's got just as much responsibility and obligation to produce evidence for what he's saying. But no, that's not the way many people view the debate. The obligation and responsibility for proof is all upon me. Now, is that fair? No. Do I like that? No. But that's the way people view these debates. So from this perspective, absolutely, I lost to Apostate Prophet, and I will never win a debate. It's really, really difficult to fight your way out of that. So going back to these comment sections, sure, absolutely. From their perspective, I totally lost. So the conversation went on. I was like, listen, AP, Apostate Prophet never presented any evidence. I went in that debate. I said, all that certified, authorized version, that's a bunch of crap. There's no such thing. He said, listen, he said something which really blew my mind. He said, listen, Nadir, if you say something and Apostate Prophet says something, who do you think we're going to believe? We're going to believe Apostate Prophet, for he is thy Apostate Prophet. And when he speaks the truth. And I realized, I said, oh my God. I just had I had a very big misunderstanding. I thought, again, and so going into the second debate, now there's two debates we had on Quran and modern science. I remember this. When you go up against Apostate Prophet, never get in a position where it's your word against his. If it is, that's it, he wins. There is no burden of proof put upon him. That's the way these people are going to view the debate. So I tell them, look, from your perspective, I clearly lost. But we have our perspective. And from our perspective, we win. And you know what? Let's look at some of these comments over here. I've had a conversation. I'm going to show you where everybody is going to agree that, yes, from that perspective, you have won. So we have agreement. Let's take a look. Here's a discussion I just had today. He writes some commentary. He says, I brushed aside it because science doesn't contradict. So basically, what happened in this debate, I refuted the claim of lamps were used as missiles. So in my opening, I refuted the claim, but then Apostate Prophet came back and said, what about the lamps, Nadir? What about the lamps? And I admit I did not respond to him. Why? Because I got that stupidity in my head that this guy has the obligation to show proof, not just ask questions. I was like, shut up. I don't want to answer that question. That was a big mistake on my part. If he asks a question and you don't answer it, that's it. We don't have any obligation, because from their point of view, we don't need to produce any evidence. You got to show all the evidence. So I made a big mistake. That was a critical error on my part. But anyways, I did actually answer what the lamps were, but it was delayed. So he's got a good point here. But if you watch the video, I did answer it, but it was like delayed. I wouldn't do it. I'm like, shut up, get out of here. I don't want to talk to you about that. Because what did that prove? It doesn't prove anything. But that was my mistake there. So let's listen to the discussion here. So I said, listen, there's a difference between arguments that show contradiction and silly little riddles from AP. But I answered it in the end. Now, so he comes and he responds, and I'll go very quickly through this. But look what I said here. There is a victorious argument which you need to acknowledge. And here it is. A challenge was posed in the debate. Bring documented scientific fact that shows contradiction with the Quran. AP was not able to do so. We are declaring debate victory on this fact. So basically, I posed a challenge and said, show me in the Quran from peer-reviewed journals, scientific online references, where the Quran contradicts modern science. So he did try. He tried to show something about the Quran, something about tectonic plates. Mountains are created by tectonic plates, but the Quran said that the mountains were thrown down. So he did try, but he miserably failed. So I said, okay, you failed, try again. So it got to the point where AP basically surrendered and gave up. This is the Islamic debate winning argument, and you're going to see. So he says this over here. Look at his response. He says, can you show me proof where from scientific journals which state that that there are lamps in the sky, and I will acknowledge it immediately. So now what's happening over here? Listen to my response. Oh, science must confirm every statement of the Quran. So this argument was never mentioned in the debate. I wish it was, so I could refute it. Do you see what you're doing here? You're acknowledging AP was defeated, so you are trying to win the debate after the debate. This issue wasn't mentioned in the debate. If it would, I would have responded to it. And that's what 90% of these comments are here. They're trying to win the debate after the debate. Nadir didn't answer this, did he? There you go. There's 60,000 people who have viewed this debate. I cannot answer each and every one of those people's objections in that period of time. So it's very interesting what he says, responds over here. So now I'll repeat my request. Bear witness, AP lost the debate because he was not able because he was not able to produce documented scientific fact. So he says it in a mocking way, and most of the time, like I said, they're going to agree, but they're not going to give it. They're going to mock, and they're going to do all these kind of things here. Like he says, okay, if it makes you happy, then I will acknowledge and bear witness that AP had lost the debate. Okay, so that's very interesting. He knows he's in a position where everything's caught on video. I said, AP, where is the documented evidence or a scientific journal or something like that, and show the Quran, a contradiction between the Quran and these two books or these two references or whatever. He was not able to do so. This guy knows that. That's all on video. From these criterias, I lost. Sure, I can't answer everybody's objection. But from our criteria, we won. And they see that. So now we've got an agreement from the Islamic side as well as from the opposing side. This is a supporter of Apostate Prophet. And here he had to concede. So that's what Islamic debate victory is about now. You see, going forward, and so I want to finally play something with you. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to go back up here. I want to unmute this and let's listen to this. So we see that Apostate Prophet lost, and now let's take a look at what happens here. I post a challenge. A scientific miracle. Now, this is a long-awaited, long overdue debate, which should have happened last year. I know many people from the Aaron Ra show have expressed interest in it. So one question, I want you to take 10 seconds of my time, Apostate. Will you debate me on, is the Quran a scientific miracle? Would you like to debate this next? Yes. Awesome, great. We'll set that up. And then let me give you really. He said, yes. However, after the debate, this is what he responded. Let's take a look. I wrote him an email. If you recall, in our last debate, Apostate Prophet committed to a debate on the scientific miracle in the Quran, which you just heard. It's been a long overdue debate, as many have called for it. Unless there's any outstanding issues, let us proceed and provide with dates and times. This is the Apostate Prophet's response. I don't think it's further meaningful for us to debate the Quran and science. So I responded back, your atheist representative, Apostate Prophet, has broken his promise. Do you have a suitable alternative? And Aaron Ra has not responded. So now, can we go to the atheists or whoever are the anti-Islamic forces? Look, first, number one, Apostate Prophet was defeated on the fact he could not produce from documented scientific facts and journals that we see online any contradiction between the Quran and modern science. They have to accept, yeah, that didn't happen. And you repeatedly challenge it. Is it true that he lied and he ran away from our future scheduled debate? That's true. We all saw the evidence over there. So as we can see, why I like to tout this debate I had with Apostate Prophet. Now we have objective evidence to show who is the debate winner, which both sides can agree on. And that's really very fascinating. And it's really something which, going into the future here, we are going to see more of these Islamic debate victories, which both sides can agree on. Thank you so much for watching.